Hi guys, let's get right into this. To start off, you're going to need a surface that is the shape and size of your face to build the mold on. I'm using a plastic mask and some sculpting clay to cover all of the open areas of the face and also to build up around the nose and the mouth so that the final mold is somewhat of a smooth surface. Once you've applied all of your clay, make sure to smooth every piece of clay together and into itself, just so that when you go to apply the latex, you have a smooth surface to apply the latex on. First, you're going to want to use a translucent powder to cover the entire surface so that the latex doesn't stick and it's easier to peel off. Next, start building up the liquid latex. I'm using a cosmetic wedge to do this, and I'm just dabbing the latex all over the mold. Make sure that the layer before is completely dry before adding another layer of latex. In total, I used about 5 layers of latex to complete the entire face. Since there's no protruding parts, that was enough for it to stand on its own. Before removing the mask from the mold, I powdered it with translucent powder once again because latex is super sticky and it will stick to itself. To build the mouth, I rolled out pieces of cotton balls until they were the size that I wanted them for the lips, and I laid them back on the mask just for a rough idea as to where they needed to be placed. Once I knew the general size and shape of the mouth, I started laying down a layer of latex and pressed the rolled cotton balls onto it and let it dry. Once it was dry, I went over the top of the cotton with more latex, and I made sure to run it around all of the edges of the cotton so that they laid flush with the face. Moving on to painting, I'm painting this off of my face because once it's on your face, it's literally like doing the blindfolded makeup challenge on yourself. It's absolutely impossible. I used a mixture of matte foundation and red food coloring to create the color of the skin, which actually isn't really skin at all because he's a skinless Cyclops, so to feel. You can use foundation and red eyeshadow, but I didn't have any red eyeshadow, so that's why I opted for red food coloring instead. When you're painting this, you want to be sure to paint everything, including the inside of the lips and the inside of the mouth. Because our Cyclops was looking a little more pink than red, I went over him again with only the red food coloring. Once the face was all painted, I dusted him with some translucent powder just to set the foundation. To color the inside of the mouth, I mixed a bunch of food coloring colors together to get a black base. Now moving on to the teeth. I used fake fingernails to create the teeth. I just filed them into sharp little spikes. To discolor them, I used some yellow food coloring that I heated in the microwave and soaked them in it, and I just dabbed off the excess. To attach them, I used a layer of liquid latex, blow dried it to make it tacky, and then did the same to the root of the tooth and pressed them together, and bam, you have your teeth. Now it's time for the eyeball. To create the eyeball, I used an Easter egg mold and covered it with about 4 layers of latex and then peeled it off. Make sure you powder it well when you remove it or it will stick to itself and you will have to start completely over. I had some issues because I didn't powder mine well enough. Next, I secured the top of the eyeball to the centerpiece of the mask and let it dry. And then I stuffed it with cotton balls to map out how much of the latex would be left on either side so that I could latex those to the mask. In total, I used about 2.5 cotton balls to stuff the eyeball. Once I attached the sides of the mask and they dried, I stuffed the cotton back inside and attached the bottom. To create the eyelids, I repeated the same method from the mouth, but I used more of an oval shape around the eyes because I thought an oval eye was way creepier. I used latex to place them down and then went over the tops of the cotton with more latex, making sure I got all of the edges so that they laid flush with the face just like the mouth. I also painted them the same way I painted the rest of the face with the foundation mixture, and then I painted the entire face again just so that everything matched. To make the eyeball solid black, I painted it twice with liquid eyeliner, and then I felt like he needed some eyelash extensions, so I gave him some using individual eyelashes and liquid latex. You can use eyelash glue if that's what you have. Okay, application time. Put on a bald cap. It's painted with the same color foundation that you used for the rest of the face and secure the edges down with latex. Paint the rest of your body and all of the parts of your body that will be seen. Don't forget to paint your hands and in between your fingers. Then lay a thin layer of latex on the inside edges of the mask and put it on. I only attach the top part of the mask to my face because I'm very claustrophobic and I would have absolutely died if I secured the entire thing to my face. But if you can handle it, go ahead, secure the whole thing down. Just please don't die. Once it's on, use a layer of liquid latex to mesh the mask and the bald cap together. If you're not afraid of suffocating, do this the entire way around the mask. Use red food coloring or artificial blood to give yourself and the mask a final paint so that everything flows nicely. This is my entry for the NYX Face Awards 2016. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.